Hello and welcome to the Golf Performance Lab. My name's Graeme Bell and I'm with somebody very famous today. This guy.
Not as famous as you.
Do you know who he is? His name's David Kenny and he's a tour caddy. David, who have you caddied for and who, more importantly, are you caddying for at the moment?
At the moment, I am not caddying.
Not?
Well, I'm part-time just now.
Part-time?
I'm freelance just now. Caddy for mostly Scottish players.
Who?
Paul Lawrie, Stevie Gallagher, Mark Warren, home hero.
Yes.
A few other guys, Richard Bland, Richard Mansell recently. So quite a few over the years.
Is that why you look so strong?
No, that's just good eating.
Good eating. Yes. I did catch him in Morrison's buying some lovely prepared chicken. But anyway, that's totally irrelevant.
Completely.
He's here to see if we can get him a new driver because he's got one that's even older than himself.
Yes, it is a bit. It's a M1.
An M1 Taylormade.
It's 10 years old, I think.
But it's an amazing driver. So he's been in before and we've looked at it and it's pretty good. But now with the new Taylormade QI4D, we're seeing if we can make an improvement. We've just had his pal in, Norrie, who's not as famous. What did you used to be a plumber? Used to be a plumber. Now he's doing you're working with a charity.
I am, yes.
Unbelievable. See, if you looked at him, you wouldn't believe he worked for a charity. Anyway, so let's hit some shots, Davey.
Okay.
Okay. On you go.
Okay.
Slightly toe?
No, actually, slightly heel.
Was it?
Yes.
No? Yep. That's why he's a caddy. Anyway.
He does have a PGA cap.
Yes. He's a PGA Pro as well, actually.
Only in name.
Only in name. Right.
Not by nature.
No. That's because I've got big ears. I can tell these things, right? So slightly out the nose, tilted the ball left. Lovely neutral path. Quite up in the ball.
Not so sure. I don't know.
7. A wee bit too. But listen. It's not a disastrous shot, so let's gather some more data.
Not bad for the first attempt.
It's very good, very good.
Yeah, okay.
You off the
It's all right.
Is it? They're all quite the same.
They are.
They feel that way anyway.
But, yeah. A wee bit of heely. Right, so let's get to work.
Okay.
Right, so the shaft in that is a light X?
Yes. Yes, it is.
But you like the feeling of it, of something boardy, something solid?
Yes. Although this head does feel heavy for the shaft. Which makes it feel a tad cumbersome.
A tad cumbersome.
A tad cumbersome.
I may have... Okay. Right, so... See, when you play in the course, you think you hit it high?
The better ones go high, yeah.
Right, okay.
The ones I get the most out of in the course are high draws out the toe.
Right, okay.
Generally.
So the high draw out the toe...
Which I haven't hit one of these yet today. I've hit them all at the heel.
The high draw out the toe will reduce the spin, usually, depending on how far out the toe
and with my higher launch, then obviously it helps it, yes.
Yes. So, So we've got the LS head, right?
Okay.
Okay, so this is the harder one to hit, but that wasn't far off that one you've got there. And let's just plug it in. Ooh. What does it feel like in relation to your own?
Overall lighter.
Overall lighter, okay.
Felt not bad. A little bit high in the face, but it felt not bad.
Good. Right, peg it up again, please.
Hey, what do you mean by hardest to hit?
The hardest, well, basically, when you've got a low spinning driver, a lot of the weight is more forward to make it low spinning, whereas a driver that's more forgiving has weight at the back. So it doesn't have as high an MOI, so it can twist easier from off-centered hits. But the way that Taylormade have designed the faces, it still is reasonably forgiving, but compared to the other models. Was that toe?
A little bit, yeah.
No, I'm actually wrong. You're right this time. In fact, we're both wrong.
It felt high. Because it was slightly high in the face. It felt so.
So yeah, when you're hitting up on it, you're like should be delivering a decent amount of loft to it. So I've given you like yours was what loft was your one?
I can't remember.
Can't remember. Right, hang on.
I think it's 9.5.
Yes, it's 9.5 and it's set actually to 11.
Okay.
Okay. So by bringing the loft down, we should get you a little bit more distance because you're definitely delivering more loft with that angle of attack. Try to gear round.
Yeah.
But definitely more out of it, yeah?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Comfortably.
Comfortably, right. So...
And the club head speed's going up a little bit as well, I think.
Because it's a 60S opposed to 6. Is it a 50X you've got? But
55.
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't always work that way.
No, but there's an extra. That's more what I would hope to get, like on a standard drive.
So, what's your miss on the course?
The one that infuriates me is the toe out the left, straight left.
Straight left.
Yes.
So you'd prefer to see something like that.
Yes, I wouldn't mind just a slight drift to the right.
Okay.
Generally, a slight drift to the right would be ideal for me.
So,
so the change is this head now compared to the previous
a little
one.
bit more forgiving head and a neutral weight position. Yes, this is a core model.
This head feels different, but better. Oh, it's toy, but oh.
So it didn't gear as much as you would expect, did it to?
Correct. It just seemed to...
See, that's, you mean, you've hit it 8 mils towards the toe, you've hit it high, it's come out spinning lower, and a little bit more tilt that way.
That hit I felt there, I would expect that to be more left.
Right. Could be, again, due to the curvature of the face. That Feel?
Yeah.
In relation to the last, what does it feel like?
In relation to the last one was high in the toe, and that was low at the heel. So.
No, I mean, sorry, to the last driver hit.
I don't know, actually.
That's all right. You've only had a couple.
A couple, yeah.
Right, on you go again.
That was the best one yet. That
was a stonker.
That felt really nice.
Oh, jeez. Oh, we might have an illegal head. So basically, again, I mean, you hit mega up, so that's long drive stuff. It's not complete, but it is quite a lot.
Yes.
So you're always if you get the ball out the right part of the face, you're going to get decent launch and low spin, and that thing's going to go on forever, and that's what that's done.
Yeah.
Strike wise, fractionally towards the heel, but I think that slight heel tilts the ball or stops it from going to the left.
Yeah.
So as soon as you hit more high toe, then because your path is like 3 degrees into out, that toe strike tilts the ball to the left. So let's have a little.
That was pretty much as good as I got. I felt that anyway, strike-wise anyway.
Let's change the weight configuration to more of a fade bias, right?
Okay.
Again, if you think of the centre of gravity of the club head, think of a little SIM card. Somebody used this. I thought it was great. So you've got that's the centre of gravity, and if you move these weights, it moves it. Tiny amount.
Yeah.
But a tiny amount might actually benefit you if we can do this correctly. So let's see. So you just basically want to see that sort of shots.
Yeah.
You just don't want to see it going left.
No. Not with the driver anyway.
What, putts?
Putts go left all the time.
Right, where are we? So that's 9.
What I have noticed that some of the better players I've worked for, they move it more left to right with the driver.
Yeah.
Comfortably, as a habit, and more right to left with irons.
Yeah. Now here's probably why. Oh God, what's it called?
As far as like what they feel more comfortable doing.
Yeah, well, feel the comfortable doing. Well, when you hit down, it's called D-plane, right? So when you hit down on a club, you can't see it from video, the path basically, this isn't completely correct, but the path basically goes more into out.
Yes.
So you hit down,
agreed,
and it goes out,
yeah.
right? So when the driver up, and it goes more left.
Yeah.
So see with your irons, what's your path of the irons normally?
I don't know the path, but generally it's a little right to left. The shape's always right to left, yeah.
So you would in my experience, you see the driver path being more, not as much into out than an iron, okay? So, where is this? Not this. So the good thing about moving weight is you can sometimes make a difference to you can make a difference to the CG of the club. Sometimes players, if you move the weight to the toe, the strike can follow that way. Now, if we move the weight to the toe, that will make it more, the heavier weight to the toe will make it more fade bias.
Yes, it will.
Right? But sometimes the strike can go towards the toe. But everybody is different. That's why we do this, and this is why we measure. And we measure with strike. So, nearly there.
This is where you see a different side of Graeme. But actually, he does know what he's talking about.
No, I'm reading it off that. Is that not what I meant? Toe? Or?
It felt okay.
No, it was actually centre.
It felt
Just
left.
a face to the
It
left.
felt a left swing, but maybe
Sometimes, see when you, in my experience, when you get an angle of attack as up as that, I find that it's hard to support the club face, and then it can come down.
Yeah, I've got to try and get more of
and
that.
it can go the other way as well. I'm not saying that's a 100%.
That was nice.
But again, a wee bit curvy. Not bad. But let's put in, talking about the shaft, let's put in something a little bit more robust.
Oh.
Okay. I know how you like that.
Yeah.
So, something a little bit more stout.
A bit like myself.
Didn't want to say that.
Yes,
but
well.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
Oh, this shaft is what difference?
It's more stout. Okay. It's an X.
Okay. I feel as if I can go with that really hard, actually. The way that one feels, that feels as though the shaft and the head are more one.
How somebody feels something is totally their own prerogative, but I think I'm going to...
That was mustard.
Mustard?
Yes.
Right.
That was mustard.
Let's do an experiment. Don't worry. Clothes are staying on.
Okay.
Right. Let's peg it a little bit lower. Right?
Okay.
I just want to see
if
that
changes
your angle of attack.
Okay.
Just because if you're getting the faces going left, right? But right, on you go.
Toe strike, but decent.
Yep. Angle of attack better, 5. So say when you, I'm pretty sure this is correct. Elazabal, remember he had terrible driving problems?
Yes.
Not with his car, but obviously his driver. So what he did was he teed the ball down lower because he felt when he came back here, he just no control.
Yeah.
Right? So a wee bit lower.
Ollie Wilson the same.
Is he?
Very.
You'll know more about it than me. Right, okay. So where's that magic tee going? So always experiment with different tee heights. Oh, didn't twist as much as
that was heel.
Yes, but
it's done actually okay.
Yeah, definitely not.
That wasn't bad for that. Was actually for a heel. That was actually numbers that are actually okay. That ball just stayed up. Yeah,
and your spin didn't
go daft.
It didn't go daft.
No,
and it was low and the heel. So those are the things that with a new they've shaped the face slightly different. I said that to Nori, and it does mean that the ball doesn't gather as much spin. So let's go back to the core head, not the core head, the LS head.
With the same shaft.
Yeah. And let's...
Process of elimination.
Right. We'll leave it at the standard loft at the moment and see what the curvature does. If it still dips a wee bit to the left, then what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of loft off it, open the face, hopefully stop that. Right?
Cool.
So... Oh,
not a lot of speed, but it was a nice hit.
Good. So more ball speed, slightly higher launch, less spin. Where's the down? Still, that's the light blue. So that's you've obviously got one bad one and your own one.
Yeah.
The dive bombs left, but I do feel that because the head is, how can I put it? It's less draw biased. So a smaller head with less draw bias is going to tilt more to the right than say the core model or even the D. But it's different in the footprint. So if you look at that compared to that, so you put them down, it's obviously not as big.
Yeah.
Right?
I quite like that.
Yeah. I think when you get this one remotely out the toe,
is it shallower in the head or the same?
It is. I think,
similar.
I don't actually know. I'll check.
Yeah.
But for me, if you hit this one out the toe, that's going way more left than that one.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we're looking at. The 60X. Now, some people might look at the speed and say, like, I know Taylormade put on with regard to speed and recommendations, but for me, if somebody's wanting something that's not going to go left, then having something that's a bit more stout in the tip, a bit more solid is going to help you.
Yes.
So I don't really always work off speed when it comes to shaft.
No.
There's a load of preference how it feels and what we're trying to achieve overall. But that's a pretty good increase.
Yes.
That one's come out really low, so we need to take one out of that because I'm not a pirate.
Cool.
So more ball speed. A little bit lower launch, lower spin, but remember you had an 11 degree in your hand and you were doing that.
Yes.
So that's why the spin would have been up. But again,
big difference.
The driver does make a difference.
Well, it shows going from 9-year-old technology to now.
Listen, that's just what we do.
Did you get that?
I got that. David, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Honestly.
Most enjoyable.
Oh,
Thank you.
God, you are
Thank
strong.
you. Thank you.